We set up a time to meet prior to when we start. When you show up 3 minutes before you start,
I was here. I was trying to get this thing situated. It sucks.
I show up typically an hour before the show.
Yeah, tell the people why their time is invaluable. You're listening to the most downloaded HVAC entertainment podcast in the world. Welcome to the HVAC Overtime Show, everybody. Hosted by me, Bill Russell, my best friend in the whole wide world, Chris Stevens, my buddy Adam Muffin on a Muffitch, and Joe somebody from somewhere. We don't know where he's from. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, gang? Chat people. Brian Sanders.
can you hear my bell when I hit it?
Yes.
Is it loud enough?
Very tinny. Yeah, it's loud enough. Yeah, it's not loud in my ears, but you can hear it. But where'd you get that?
Brett sent it to me.
I heard he was sending you something else too.
I don't know.
Did you
haven't
get
gotten
it?
it yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought I heard he was gonna get.
I bet your neighbor stole it.
Yeah.
The dong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you.
No.
You might want to go check your wife's. You might throw your back out pulling that drawer open, though, if it's in there. As a biggin.
Yeah, it's a bell.
Ding.
Oh, Bill.
Hey, what's that, Randy Ravioli?
That bell or the which one?
Do the other one. I don't know.
Yeah, do them again. My internet's
get
lagging.
one more, and you could play like jingle bells or taps or something. I don't know.
I don't know which one's louder.
They both sound about the same. Hey Joe, how come your
Crystal
wording
glasses
is
filled with
backwards on your
water,
hat?
and then just like
Is it?
Yeah, it says CAVH, but all backwards.
I wonder if we could switch with this button.
Oh yeah, start pushing buttons.
I think he's on the. See, it's a clue. He's on the other side of the equator where the water spins.
That's true.
Camera's also filming the opposite direction where he's at.
Yeah, or you moved your chair to the other corner.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. What is that?
We'll just keep it there. You know what I mean? We're just gonna keep it still and steady. We don't want to
Just
see
keep
anything.
it
It's
still
kind of
and
crooked, dude.
Is
It's a
it?
little bit crooked. Yeah, it's
Looks
crooked.
pretty. It looks pretty good.
I don't
What's
know.
up,
It's coming across
HVAC
really crooked
chicks?
over here.
Are you sitting
Jennifer
on a crate?
Manzo.
No, I'm not sitting on a crate.
I did not get the package, Jennifer. I don't know what happened. There was a UPS guy that drove by, and I stopped him and asked him, and he didn't know what I was talking about.
Don Gillis in the house.
What's up, Don?
Hey, what's up,
Mike?
Don? Teflon
Can't hear
Don,
you
how
too
you
well,
been?
Joe. Your microphone's a little like weird or something.
The only thing about this bell is like if you're not like quick with the quickness with it, it muffles the sound, you know.
Oh yeah, you got to get your finger off of it, huh? You got to push it and then move away.
Yep. That's what she said.
Yeah, yeah.
Lumberjack
Guys,
Joe.
Yeah, you want to start? Because I was going to say some breaking news as well.
Oh, you got breaking news.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I wish this is like where Zach comes on the screen with his fake news thing where he's like,
Yeah. Speaking of that,
is this
did
is this
you
why
guys
you relate to the pre-show chat?
Wait, speaking of the breaking news, we are going to have Zach on the show because Zach did say in the comments or a chat or something that I saw that he wanted to come on the show. So we are going to have him. We just need to
YouTube
schedule
comments,
time.
guys. See, we look at those.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
But the breaking news is that we're all going to go to jail because I seen on the news there's a guy who just got arrested for being a cat killer, a kitten killer in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
22-year-old. Yeah. Yeah.
he's
Put
killing
him in the
cats.
microwave. Putting him in the microwave.
No way. Are you
We
kidding
were
me?
the first person to make a merch shirt that had a cat
You're
in the
right.
microwave.
We
He
should get
probably
royalties
has
off
our
him.
shirt. He probably has our shirt. We're gonna be proud.
100% that dude's watching the show.
If he's in Chicago, I bet you anything it's Jesus Tilapia. I bet you anything he got arrested for putting a cat in a
Think
freaking
so?
microwave. Yeah,
Jesus,
he's
is
in
that
Chicago.
you, man?
Jesus, is that you, bud?
I don't know.
Are you
Never heard
going?
from
Are
that
you going to
one
jail
guy.
for putting a cat in a microwave?
Man.
That guy, Tom?
Oh, that guy. No, I think
Maybe.
it's Jesus.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've often wondered what would have happened if I would have left my cat in the microwave for much longer, but that's just sick.
I have
I know.
a cat that I really despise. You want to come visit, Bill?
If you guys
Yes.
are having trouble with your cat, please call Bill.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. So let me ask you guys this. Are you guys just utterly fucking over summer? Because I am. I'm ready for it to
Alright.
fucking be done. I'm just getting everything out right now. Just done with it. Summer sucks.
It's
Does it
hot
though?
there. I've been hearing it's really hot there, man.
Dude,
You
my
know what? It's not
internet
even
sucks,
that.
man.
It's really. I mean, I'm being more sarcastic. To be honest with you, we're having a pretty mild summer. Like
Mhm.
this. Today is our
Mhm.
second heat wave, and it hit 103. I think tomorrow's supposed to hit like 105. So it's actually pretty like calm. It's not too bad. But
105, pretty calm. I don't know, so.
yeah, that's not that for you. That's probably crazy. But like, we're not hitting like Texas. Texas right now is just getting killed.
Are
So,
they?
Yeah, they were last week at least. So
Well, somebody posted in our overtime group, somebody going unconscious on the roof, a tech, right?
yeah, that happens every year, every summer. There's a couple of those stories you hear. I think the one that
Oh.
I saw was on top of a shopping mall or something like that. They had the fire trucks out there and they had to stretch him off. They found him on the roof. Yeah,
Stretching somebody off a roof. You like a
Hey,
helicopter.
just so you know, Brian, when I have to go poop, I don't leave the room.
it just depends, Adam. Depends on how far they are, depending on the size of the mall and stuff. I mean, I guess they could use a helicopter, but if they have a fire truck that the boom can go out far enough, they can hoist off of the boom. They can
But
put
then they
stretchers
got to
on
get
it.
a permit from the mall. They got to
That's
shut
true.
down
They got to
traffic.
make sure the insurance is
They
up to
gotta
date.
get the insurance is up to date. They got to get security, mall security involved. Paul Blurt's
My
got to be
new-
out there.
The new thing at my mall, because all the malls are being consolidated by just a few companies. So now they want the customer, and I'm just like, whatever, it's not my problem. The customers have to email the mall and fill out paperwork on my behalf 24 hours in advance. And I'm
to
just
get
like, sweet,
Service?
sweet. Yeah. Yeah. So then they call me, they're like, my walk-in freezer's down. I'm like, you got to call the mall. They're like, well, can't you do that? Nope. Go ahead and schedule it. Tell me when I'm scheduled to be there.
It's almost like malls want to go out of business.
Pretty much, dude.
It's
Pretty
like
much.
we're gonna make it even harder for you to be a part of this mall, Mr.
Yeah.
Businessman.
Oh,
So what's
yeah,
up, guys? What have you guys been up to this week?
Well, I just want to say Chris is wearing an amazing hat today. It looks so good on him. It really brings out his eyes.
You know what? It is nice, but it's really kind of frustrating because there's a fingerprint right here, and I can see it from my peripheral.
We don't want you to wear them to work. We don't want overtime hats being worn to work. They're very delicate. They want to stay at home.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Bill
Is this how
found
the
his
cool
too.
kids do it?
Yep.
Nice.
What is
I
this
feel that's how
flat bill
cool kids
hat
do
gang
it.
thing? Do I need to go get a flat bill?
Oh, yeah, you do have them now. Hey, Chevy.
That's right, I do.
I want to say, Adam, that
What's
post
up,
you made in the
Facebook
overtime
user?
group about
Which
the
post did
sealer,
Adam make?
the seal on the exhaust, that fabrication was epic.
Oh,
That's awesome.
yeah, that was
Outstanding.
pretty badass, dude.
Still, thank you. I'm still going with it. I'm waiting for one last. So I ordered an aluminum, which I don't even know if I'll be able to do this. I've never tried to solder aluminum before, or braze aluminum, whatever you would
Mhm.
call it. I know Bill just did it recently. He posted about it in the HVAC Overtime group. Anyway, so I bought a 1/2-inch aluminum rod.
Yeah.
And for the damper, originally I ordered a 1/4-inch aluminum plate for the damper, and I picked it up. I'm like, damn, this thing's way too heavy. I can't use this, So then I just ordered a 1/8-inch aluminum plate, and I was gonna make a like a little jig to sit the plate on top of the rod, and then try to use that.
Welded it.
Yeah, that aluminum crap from Solder Weld. You think I'll be able to do it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you
dude,
should do a
oh.
couple tacks. You should be able to do
Yes.
something.
So I tried. I don't know
that'd
if
be
you
cool.
heard this, Adam. I think I talked about it on the last show, or did I talk about it? I don't know. Where I tried to use solder welds aluminum crap on an aluminum coil.
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
think
I
you did
could
on the
not.
show. No.
I could not for the life of me get that stuff to work. And I'm sure it's something I was doing wrong, but
Bill
for
did it.
the life of me, dude.
Bill watched the video beforehand.
Ooh,
I watched videos. I watched
and
everything.
during.
I freaking cleaned. I'm thinking, I did talk about this because Ty was commenting. I was thinking because it would seal. I was soldering shut 4 circuits on a microchannel coil. So I cut them out, cleaned them up, and I would get the solder to stick and it would look good. You'd let it cool and then you'd pressurize it. They'd pop right out. So I was thinking that maybe oil was inside the
Yeah,
condenser
like you got to
allowing
like
it
just
to
a
stick.
coating of oil on there so it
Yeah.
can't stick to it.
Yep,
That's a good
that's my
point.
thought because it would
Only
look
way.
perfect.
Yeah.
And then you'd hit it with nitrogen and all sides would just pop off. And it's like, dude, this is so frustrating.
I mean, if you got it hot enough that it actually flowed in and around that aluminum, that's just wild that it just pops.
It's hard
off.
to say
Right.
if it actually went in because you could see it go over and you could see it go in because you could see the dimple of the microchannel. Like you could see, but you could see that it was sealed. And then
Mhm.
when you would pressurize it, pop right off. It's like, dude, for real? So
Yeah, stick it in there, as you're heating it up.
yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So
So yeah, I'm waiting for that. I don't know. They shipped that plate USPS. Have you ever tried using tracking for the postal service?
Yeah.
It's like the biggest joke in the world. Like you
Why?
get
Look,
it will tell
It's-
you like you get a notification of like, okay, the label is created
Yeah.
and it's being transferred to package facility.
you're
Mhm.
better
Yeah.
off just like opening the door and like yelling down the street, like, "How far away are you?" And then
Seriously.
they'll yell back.
Because all of a sudden I get an email, like usually, if you go to UPS or FedEx or whatever, it's like they give you every 10 seconds, they give you an
Mhm.
update on what's going
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
The postal
Gotcha.
service, like they give you one, and then all of a sudden it's like it's delivered.
Like,
2
"We
days
saw it
later,
somewhere."
Yeah.
2 days later, you get an email saying it was delivered. It's like, thanks, I've been using it. It's already broken. I ordered another.
Already broken. I sent it back through UPS.
I am going to show you guys a cool
Yeah,
picture.
Amazon does do it well. UPS, like he said, does it well. They're pretty good. They give you the step by step. So many of these messages.
What's
being,
up, Brett the Wet Pretzel? How you been, bud?
and
Michael
Randy's here in
Hausch.
chat.
I had to. My internet's just lagging again, dude. I'm so pissed off with my internet.
Yeah,
Why
that
not?
sucks, dude. As much crap as you went through to get your internet fixed, and then it's
You
freaking
know,
doing this to you.
Remember when we
It's
didn't?
a
talk to
very
Bill
frustrating process.
for
It was
months?
like a whole year we didn't talk to Bill, right?
Yeah, that whole year and a half. Like I went through a lot of stuff in my life that you guys don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
While I was dealing with my no internet.
Your grandma wants to know what the show's about tonight, Bill.
Oh, the Good Housewives Club.
Oh, we should ask her.
You should ask her. Okay,
She
so
probably wrote
Bill-
that list.
So Bill made this amazing thumbnail, right? Because Bill is the thumbnail master. And when I saw that thumbnail, I go, is he like insinuating what I think he's insinuating? So I did a little bit of research and I pulled something up here. And
The
I
Good
think-
Housewives Club.
yes,
So,
this is what
Let's
Bill.
let's preface this, and first we'll say that most of us on the show don't really believe all this stuff to be legit. We're just gonna bring it up because my thumbnail inspired Chris to think of this. But this is from when, Chris? 50s, right? Just generally
1955. It was supposedly published in an article of a magazine of Good Housekeeping or something like that. And to be fair,
Holy
too,
crap.
a lot of this has been contested, saying that this
hold
wasn't.
on.
Holy
Shut your,
McNamara.
shut your mouth. Shut your mouth real quick.
Wow.
Look
Wow.
at that.
I think I
That's
have
much appreciated.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Jennifer.
much.
Yeah. We're gonna
that all
lose
goes
our
to Adam's
one female
secret
follower
account.
when we discuss this article.
Oh, yeah, you might want to put some earmuffs on, Jennifer, and any other females listening, because
Oh,
it's about to go down.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and narrate this, Bill. So here we go.
Can't wait.
There you are.
Oh, I can't really read that very well.
You can't read
kills
it?
all you guys.
He's got.
I mean,
today.
All right,
yeah, it's
so
a little
check this
blurry
out.
on my end.
So this is an article of Good Housekeeping, whatever. So
Wait, real
let's-
quick, just so they know it's real, show them the actual picture. There you go. Look at
there
that.
you go.
It's actually this is
Good
actually
Wife Guide, 1955.
Housekeeping Monthly. So have dinner ready, plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal ready on time for his return. This is a way of letting him know that you have been thinking about him and are concerned about his needs. Most men are hungry when they come home, and the prospect of a good meal, especially his favorite dish, is part of a warm welcome that is needed.
And we're not talking chicken McNuggets here.
No, I mean, we're talking at least, what, 2 courses and a dessert?
So be a little gay and a little more interesting for him. Now, this day and age, that takes a whole new meaning. Like, whole new meaning right there. His boring day may need a lift, and one of your duties is to provide it. Clear away the clutter. Make one last trip through the main part of the house just before your husband arrives. Dude, I'm going to hell just for reading these.
Yep.
Hey, this was written. I bet it was. I don't know. Like, do you think a man or a woman wrote this?
A man had to write this. No, I bet you it was a woman, but it was different.
I mean, yeah,
times,
this is 55, bro. Like, of course, no, wait. Since it was 1955, a man definitely wrote it because women didn't really work. There wasn't a woman.
Wait. This part will be instant divorce. Okay, listen to him. You may have a dozen important things to tell him, but the moment of his arrival is not the time. Let him talk first. And remember, his topics of conversation are more important.
I would also like to add in there, like, let him talk first. All of your ideas are stupid.
Don't greet him with complaints and problems.
Can you imagine that? If you came home and there wasn't 72 minutes of just nonstop verbal vomiting of problems right in your face as soon as you walk in from being on a roof all day long. Holy garbage cans.
Don't ask him questions about his actions or question his judgment or integrity. Remember, he is the master of the house, and as such will always exercise his will with fairness and truthfulness. You have no right to question him.
And last but not least, a good housewife
bro,
always knows her place.
Dude, we are this is that disclaimer that we give at the show. The ideas or topics of this show are not reflected, or whatever the hell you say, Bill. Like 100%. That was not our word.
Should we read that right now so we don't get sued by all the girls?
Yes, read it.
All right. The views and opinions expressed on the show are those of our own and in no way reflect the views and opinions of our sponsors, associates, family members, or HVACR videos.
Chris Stevens.
Oh man, I can't believe like that. You really like? Do you guys think that was real? Like
100%.
Yeah,
that's insane.
1,000,000%. Like my grandparents, they evolved eventually, but like they're the ones that I can kind of closely relate this to, and they weren't even like this bad. Not like my grandpa wasn't like, you shut your mouth, I rule this household. You know, like it wasn't that bad, but there was like a tinge of that. You know, like you could see a little bit there, you know, like the ideas were in the foundation.
He was trying to keep it under wraps when you were around, you know, but when you left, it was like a scene from do you ever see the TV show The Honeymooners?
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Alice,
right to the moon.
To the moon, Alice. To the moon.
Right to the moon, bitch. Oh man. You know, speaking of women, Joe asked me to do something for him today too. Where did I have that written down at?
Oh yeah, you changed. He's just trying to make Joe scared. So check this out. Today,
he's not even paying attention.
Yeah, he's not even paying. I don't even think his microphone's on. He's not even listening.
I got
he's probably been muted the whole time.
Yeah.
His earphones don't even work.
Yep.
I'm on. I'm here. I'm here.
His hat's backwards. What do you expect?
It's not backwards. Just I can't flip the camera. You know what? I'm afraid to touch any buttons right now.
I know. That's why when you started touching, I was like, no, I'm just messing with you. Don't touch him.
Is it the triangle with the different thingies?
I have no idea, bro. I don't work on stupid Apple, so I only work on Android.
Battlefield Galactica.
No, it's just iPhone.
Oh, look at Zach. What did Zach say? I think the idea that if a man has integrity and good character, the abuses that come with that head of the house position will not arise. I don't know if I understand that.
He's saying that if you have integrity,
Down for me a little bit.
Abusive Man of the
Abuses that come
Oh,
with
I got you.
that head of house position.
Oh,
He
damn. Look at
abuses-
Steve.
Oh, I think I
Everything
see
in
what he's saying.
HVACR. It says his mom gave his wife a book. You'd be amazed. That's crazy, dude.
See, I want to get that thing that we just read. I want to get it like the size of a movie poster, put it on my wall, and as soon as I get home, I'm going to point to the first one. Like, you do not talk, you do not tell me problems. Your opinions are stupid. And then I can like scroll down and be like, what is this, dust on the table?
You should. You got to label them though. Did you ever see? Was it the movie Wedding Crashers, where randomly Mom would like spew out rules? He's like, rule number 25, and he'd like say it so like you could just like quote rules here and there. Rule number 13.
Oh, you know what? Even better, I can get one of those little tiny hands like T.Y. Banana Man has, and I'll like point to it with my little tiny hand.
I was just going to say MTech HVAC. I don't know if you guys missed it. Was here. That's good to see you.
Oh, look at this guy.
And thank you for the super chat.
HVAC porn in the house.
Um,
wasn't that his name or something once?
Yeah.
So I was on a call today where I had another service technician. I had to go back out because there was a bunch of problems. But I don't know about you guys, but right in the middle of the summertime, we are literally putting fires out right now. We're not like solving problems. We're going out like getting it operational so I can go back when things slow down a little bit and like dive into it and figure it out. But I went back on one of those today, and let me see if I can pull these pictures up real quick. So
are you still sending your guys out preemptively when they put in service calls? Like your customers that aren't doing maintenance, are you sending your guys out to do condenser cleanings, filter
100%? Yeah, 100%. So I have a guy, because like a lot of my customers aren't doing routine maintenance right now. So I have a guy, if I get a service call for ACs not working, and if we haven't been there in the last 2 months, I send a maintenance guy there first, and he cleans the entire roof. Like, he's not even diagnosing. He just goes up there and cleans belts, filters, because these customers, every time we go, that's all we have to do. And the 3 guys that are doing troubleshooting and being actual, like service tech stuff, those guys, we're not bothering us with filters and belts and coil cleanings when we can have our other guy go and do that, and we can focus on putting fires out, basically. It's just like triage mode.
I mean, that makes sense. It is annoying when you have a bunch of service calls, and honestly, the service call after service call, you're out there, you're like cleaning the coil.
Yeah, you're gonna spend half a day cleaning coils when.
Yeah, and like my customers they want me to be. It's weird. They don't want to do maintenance, but they want me to be proactive. So basically, if I'm on the roof, clean everything. That's what they want me to do. Like on a corporate level, they're like, if you're there, just take care of it. And it's like, dude, you got 6 ACs, 3 walk-ins, 2 ice machines. No, it's 103 degrees. I can't do that. So yeah, we send out and like go, do all that stuff, and
got to slap them with the big picture,
100%.
So how does that work as far as billing then, Chris? Like, because I assume you're still dealing with like NTEs, or do you have?
No, we don't deal with NTEs. So we only have one customer that has NTEs, and like, I'm going to be a jerk. It's going to really come across as I'm a real dick, because I am. But if they question a service call because I cleaned and changed belts on everything, they're fired as a customer 100%. Because the one customer that does have NTEs, they annoy the F out of me already. So like, they're this close to me being like, get the fuck out of here. So like, I'm not ripping them off or anything, but if I'm going out there and they, like, for instance, they called us about one exhaust fan not working the other day. So we go out there and we change belts on their entire roof, and the NTE was $500. I think that bill, by the time the guy was done cleaning, and it was like $1,200, but we don't even ask permission. We're just like, here's the bill. This is what it is. And if you guys have a problem with it, you can call someone else. Like, so
100%.
So that was who's on and off with the freaking
me.
Joe.
Dude, you gotta give it on the read,
Okay, do it again. Well, at least I'm doing it. Here, I'll put it back on.
There, I can't. My eyes don't even work that fast. You're on off.
Okay, I'll put it on. And I'm the only one putting it on, but okay. That is a good question.
Smoking Joe trigger fingers over here.
Okay, so let me pull this picture up real quick and show the point that I was trying to make. Pull that off the screen real quick, Joe.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, he's off again.
Window.
We'll answer that when we get back. But Weaver and Jennifer did a good comment, but I'll go the other way on it.
They did a good comment.
They said a good comment or wrote a good
comment.
comment.
So this is a vertical because it's going to go on Instagram, but I got a service call, and this is the return air grill. So the customer cleans it. They do a good job making sure that it's clean and nice and whatever.
Is there
that's the back side of it, dude. Look at that.
Is there a filter they normally put in there?
No, this is that is the filter. No, there's filters up in the unit, but you see that like, don't know what the hell was about to play.
Oh, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, that was the overtime intro. But yeah, no, that's the kind of stuff we find. So like, you know, I had a discussion with one of my techs. I'm not mad at him, but I'm just telling him like these customers, you think that you go out there and you're like, oh yeah, the return's clean. It's like, no, get up there with a flashlight, dude. That thing's plugged.
You know, that's a good point. Yeah, like from the just walking by, glancing at that, you might not even notice that, like, because it looked clean on the surface.
No, yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not faulting a technician for not seeing that, because I've gone down the rabbit hole of knowing these customers, you know, oh yeah, we'll clean that ourselves, you know. And it's funny too, because like I was in there and I'm scrubbing, I'm taking a screwdriver, and I just did like a rough job, just, you know, cleaning it up real quick. And the manager was like, oh, hold on. And he gets his guy that does all the cleaning, and he goes, yeah, man, when you clean this, you got to clean it right. And then the guy got all defensive. He's like, well, I know it needs to come down. And then I'm like, hey, it doesn't come down. That's a hinged grill, dude. It doesn't come out. Like, it's permanent. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. If you pull this down,
that's when you go like, listen,
like, come on,
you know
dude.
how many
like,
subscribers I got, bud.
But yeah, it's just funny. It is.
You know, like that reminds me of a walk-in cooler that I worked on this past week. Microchannel, and everything was operating fine, but the thing was, I walked by, I looked at the condensing coil, I'm like, that looks pretty clean. But then I'm like, you know what? I forget sometimes that those microchannel coils are kind of thick. I mean, they're what, I don't know, inch and a half thick sometimes 2 inches thick. So I got my little light out and I shined it in there, and it's just plugged solid. But from the surface, dude, you'd never even notice. Nope. You'd walk by that thing 100 times and it looks fine.
Yeah.
You know, so much crap of that.
Clean is clean. That's the way I say it. Clean is clean. Like,
you don't know if it's clean unless you clean it yourself,
or you get in there and you inspect it thoroughly. You know,
microchannels are weird too, because they hold a lot of water too.
Yeah, they do. They retain the water. And
yeah, was it? I think I might have learned this from one of Chris's videos, but if you wash a microchannel coil, kind of like slap the coil or find some way to get a leaf blower or whatever, get the water off the coil, because you can go off on high head pressure.
Yeah. So let me preface that with, I work in the desert regions when it like legit can be 120 degrees outside. And when it's really, really hot and you have a high load on the building, if you clean a microchannel condenser, I have seen them go off on head pressure right quick, because the water, the surface tension keeps the water in there, and it's just a problem. It's not moving the air across it fast enough, and the water's not boiling fast enough, and it's just a problem. So I go and wash them out. But the other thing too is, when you're cleaning microchannel condensers, depending on the types of cleaners that you use, you have to make sure you wash them out super well, or you're going to have a freaking bubble party on the roof. And I've gotten that on video a bunch, where you don't get enough of the soap out, and it starts shooting soap suds out the top of the condenser fan.
The disco ball comes down, and like loud music starts playing. It's like
Willy Wonka stuff, you know,
like that kind of bubble party.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely got to make sure you, especially in the higher ambient areas, make sure you wash those or blow that water out of there.
It's good to see you, Sean. He's saying, please pay attention to the stress and burnout. You can create serious health issues by having too much stress and being overloaded. Absolutely.
Oh, that's 100%. That honestly, that's the story. The four of us right here have these conversations on a regular about how stressed we are, all the crap we're going through. You know, a lot of stuff that we can't share.
Work-life balance.
Yeah. And another thing too, like work-life balance is huge. And you guys talk about that on the Cooler Heads podcast a lot too. But you got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And I mean, it's, you know, the same thing, like, you know, when they say you're on an airplane, you know, put your oxygen mask on first so that you can help the person next to you. And that's
a very good way to look at it.
Got to take care of yourself first. Because if you're on an airplane and it depressurizes, by the time you figure out someone else's oxygen mask, you're now dead. Okay. Same thing. If you're not taking care of your body, if you're not thinking about yourself and making sure that you're healthy and sane, then you can't help your family.
If you're not shoving old ladies out of the way to get to the front, you're not doing it right. But no, that is a good point though.
Comment of the night right there. Easier said than done. That's the truth for me.
Is that better than Joe Shear's comment?
You know,
have the best comment.
You better hit the bell, and Hausch gets that. Hausch is right up there with Joe Shear's.
Better hit the bell.
Yep.
He's, I don't know.
But see, you know, in like what Hausch said there, easier said than done for some. And that's why it's good to have a group of people that will like remind you, like, hey man, you need to fucking slow down a little bit, or they'll talk you off a ledge, like, dude, don't fucking worry about it so much. You're doing as much as you can. Like, you got to have a tight knit circle of people that'll support you.
Yeah, but you also, unlike me, I don't share enough with you guys. Like,
and you don't listen to anything that we tell you.
I bottle up. Well, no shit. I bottle up a lot.
See,
but I bottle up a lot of stuff and I keep it inside. And then I'm the person that typically in my life saves the day, but it's only because I don't let anybody else save the day. Like, I'm that person that just tries to take control of everything.
Micromanage everybody's life.
100%. 100%.
How's your house coming, by the way? I know you said you worked on it a little bit last week.
Yeah, I forgot you got a house project going on.
I would love to work on it some more. I'm going to try this weekend, but I've just been slammed. I've just been cutting in registers.
You on call this weekend?
3. Yeah, I'm on call. I got 3 more to do. I'd like to get a couple more done. Or I'd like to be able to get the other 3 done this weekend. It'd be nice. So yeah, we're there. I just still got to run the line set, which I've kind of figured out a few different ways. I'm the kind of person that thinks a lot about things. So
you gotta do it.
I know that's my problem.
Paralysis analysis paralysis.
Yeah. My biggest thing, like, again, is that I don't like to be disappointed, if this makes sense. So I would rather not do anything than be disappointed by getting a service call and having to stop what I'm doing. And it's hard to explain that to people, but when I'm on call, like, I only want to get involved in something so much. Same thing. Like, my wife's like, hey, let's go to a friend's house when we're on call. And I'm like, no, I don't like to. No, because
I think that goes along with the same idea of, like, you don't want to start a project and stop halfway through.
No, there's nothing worse than getting into an attic, being covered in insulation, and then getting a service call. And you're like, God damn it, I have to clean up the whole living room because I've got tools everywhere. And then I got to take a shower and get off to a service call.
And that means at some point in time, you got to return to finish that and get covered in insulation again.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm learning to be better with that stuff, but we're getting there.
No, you're not.
So what do you guys think about the fan? Somebody posted a question about having the fan on or an auto. And I think it's a pretty cool question. I think Michael did say something. Let
me give you a little bit of advice. Yeah. When your indoor blower motor goes out in the middle of the summer and you go to the supply house and all they have is a 3/4 horsepower blower motor. So you throw it in and then you run your indoor blower motor all the time. And it's consistently pulling like 9 amps, 8 amps, or whatever the hell that thing runs at. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It kills your energy bill, like me. So
yeah,
that was like 2 summers ago. 2 summers ago, I was like, I just bought the cheapest freaking thing that, and it's whatever. It was like a 3/4. I don't care. Just give me that. I'll make it work.
When Chris's AC kicks on, the whole state flickers.
I was, I know.
So pissed.
I was always sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was always an auto guy, but of course, like Michael said, it always depends on the customer. But I don't know. I always like to put on auto. I feel like sometimes it could pick up, some of that moisture, like on the off cycles kind of thing. Like
so
humidity.
It's funny because I was reading, somebody asked this question maybe a week or 2 ago in one of the Facebook groups, and I saw Hausch answered it, and he actually, because he has all these, the computer system, blah blah blah, what does he call it, the Franken system or whatever?
Oh yeah. I know it's going.
Yeah, he monitors everything all the time, right? So he actually looked at it both ways. And if I remember correctly, he said, a lot of people say, hey, in the summertime, it's not that good of an idea to run your fan all the time because you do pick up the extra moisture.
Right. And that's a lot of moisture.
Brian Orr actually, I think, had a podcast about this too. But,
oh, nice.
Hausch said he's looked at it and it's like a minimal amount, at least at his house.
Okay.
2 tons.
His house, yeah.
I think it could be a lot more based on the size evaporator coil you have and how much water it holds.
100%.
And how much is it cycling too?
Don't forget it's going to ramp down. I mean, on some systems it'll ramp down into slow mode before it ramps up into super fast AC mode, right?
No, in the off cycle, most of the time it's going to go. On the commercial side, in off cycle, it's going to, or in like when it's not cooling, it'll go into high speed a lot of times for air balance reasons.
Because mine goes into low speed when it's not cooling.
A lot of the new systems with constant torque motors and variable speeds, there's actually a lower setting for fan on and residential. I know it used to always default back in the day back to high speed, but things have changed.
Yeah, on commercial for like the VFDs and stuff, because we have the multi-stage air volume units where it runs lower speeds for first stage, higher speed for second stage. But then if there's no call, it runs high speed.
One thing I do notice though in my house, since I replaced the ductwork in my house and I replaced all the grills, and I have a lot better throw and mixing with my airflow in each room now. So like if I'm feeling like, you know, maybe it's a little hot and humid, maybe it's not super hot outside, but maybe it's 74 in the house with a little bit high humidity, there's not a call for cooling. If I turn on the air conditioning, legit 20 seconds into the thing running, I feel better just because you're mixing the air in the room.
The air better. It makes sense, dude. I totally could see that for sure.
I'm
dude, you're getting hammered with a storm right now. Can you guys hear that?
No. You're having a lightning storm?
Yeah, that, and it's just blowing, dude. It's like there's a tornado outside.
You know that like one of my two things that I want to do is I want to be able, like, I love lightning and thunder, like absolutely love lightning and thunder. Like I would like to go to the Midwest during tornado season.
No one chase a storm,
hang out and just enjoy things. See, my family, I'm the person that can
leave
windows open when there's a lightning storm. I'm just in my happy place. Like I can sleep through thunderstorms. I absolutely love them.
When I was a kid, I used to love just sitting on the porch watching thunderstorms. Nothing better, in my opinion.
We have limited times here where we get monsoon season come through, where the thunderstorms will come from the desert and stuff, and they'll come through. And we, like, years ago, we used to go just following the storms around through the desert. We would just follow them around just because I'm a freaking freak and like to just watch lightning and thunder. So
I've never seen like a tornado in person or anything real close, but I guess there was this one time that was pretty close, but it wasn't tornado level winds. But man, it was just the most thunder and lightning I ever seen, just raining buckets, man.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
That, and I want to see the Northern Lights too. I've never seen the Northern Lights, so
I think it would be cool to join up with one of them storm chasers and just hunker down to one of them SUVs inside a tornado real quick.
See, I'm just getting the vibes of the freaking Titanic submarine thing that imploded under the water. Like when I think of the tornado chasers, because there's people out there that you can pay and they'll take you chasing.
Really?
And I'm just sitting here thinking, that sounds like a great idea, just like the dudes on the sub thought.
Do you remember
I think that's safer than the sub, though?
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie from the 90s, Twister?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's my favorite. I was just at I took a day off this week. No, I took a day off this week and we went to one of the movie studios for my daughter's birthday. She wanted to go do a tour. And I was just talking with like the tour guide about that, because Twister, one of my all-time favorite movies because of how corny it is and how many mistakes there are.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many mistakes are in that movie?
How many times did it flash back and the windshield's cracked and then it's not cracked, or the tailgate says dodge and then doesn't say dodge, and there's a big old dent from a tree landing on the bed and then it's not there. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Things like that. Wow.
Now that we're talking about random odd things as usual,
we
had an idea recently. I want to throw this out to the chat and see what other people, like, what your thoughts are on this, right? We originally had this idea of watching
on board right here.
HVAC videos and like talking about them and reviewing them kind of like during the show, right? But we're kind of negative people overall, right?
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say negative, honestly. I don't think we're really negative. And I have been doing a lot of soul searching and thinking about this. We are not really negative people. We're realists, I feel. And we point out the things that we see wrong. And that's what we do. Because honestly, that's part of our jobs, is to find things that are wrong and broken.
That is true.
Continue.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, just the whole critiquing other people's videos when we all make the same mistakes, but maybe don't put it on film. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. We already went past that. We decided we're not going to do that. But what do you guys think if we're going to do something? Well, what was the last discussion we had?
The last discussion was, watching the cringe TikTok videos on the freaking air.
Yeah, but see, but then we'd have to have some sort of department that researches the people behind the videos, and just like, can you just like email them, see how many chromosomes they have before we make fun of this video? Because
okay, but for real, when you like, if you guys don't already, go to any of your social media platforms that make the short form content, doesn't matter which one, and search cringe, right? And there's all these different channels called cringe, right? And then you're going to stumble on these videos where it's a wolf pack and there's a wolf pack of people and one's an alpha, and then they argue with people because I'm the alpha, so don't challenge me. It's just hilarious. But yes, you can't laugh at that stuff because honestly, those people probably are missing a few brain cells. Yeah. So
I do like the idea, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style, of just watching something, maybe not other people's content, maybe like movies or even trailers of movies or something. I do like that idea of reviewing it online.
Look who's here.
So I wish there was a movie on the book I just read. I think I brought it up last week on vacation. Were we on last week? No.
You haven't even talked to us since you've been back from vacation, dude.
So yeah, there was this book that I read. There's this book that I read. It was pretty cool. It's called Losing Our Cool. And it goes over all the aspects of how like basically air conditioning has shaped the world like as we know it, and then also how it's like ruining the environment and the world. Like how
that's interesting. Yeah.
It's like looking at every aspect of it. It's like, okay, well, what is solar power actually better? And then they look at like how much energy it takes and like what's the carbon footprint for this and nuclear energy and this and that. And like how people have settled into areas of the country that would have never been populated because it's super hot there and it's like unlivable, unsustainable. And how
California, dude. Exactly. California, 100%. Like you live at the coast of California. That's the only place that's really habitable. Maybe some parts in Northern California, but where I live, Southern California, it's a desert. We pipe our water in from Northern California. Like it's asinine, dude. You know, we have more water rights in the state of California to the Colorado River water than the states that the Colorado River passes through.
That's a good point.
We absolutely made deals so long ago that we get more water than Arizona and Nevada, but the states that it's passing through, like, it's just
so that means when the zombie apocalypse eventually happens, like that's going to be the first place to go. Are these places that like shouldn't have existed to begin with?
Yeah.
Like
we should not be. I mean, the Native Americans that populated California, they migrated seasonally. So we just come here and plop ourselves and then say, bring me water, bring me electricity, when the Native Americans would migrate through the seasons.
Well, it's the same thing with like Florida, and we're
100%.
Overpopulating Florida, and Florida used to be like a nice and natural, beautiful place. And now like the Everglades are getting, they're disappearing and blah, blah, blah. It's a cool book. I mean, like obviously we all do heating and air conditioning for a living, and that's what we need to do to survive. But it's kind of cool to look at like how what we do has shaped the world as we know it.
Whenever anybody mentions Native Americans, all I can think about is that Return to Innocence song by Enigma.
From Enya? Or is it Enigma?
Enigma. Love that song, man.
That was a good song.
The guy that's howling in the background.
Yeah.
You know what? There's another good book that I started reading actually today. Is this? This is an awesome book. I actually
Residential Ventilation.
Yeah, Residential Ventilation Handbook by Paul Creamer. I recommend.
Where'd you even find that book at? I've never even heard of that.
Amazon.
Huh.
But if you guys like to learn about ventilation, they talk about return duct sizing,
nice
pressurization, all kinds of crap. It's an awesome book. I highly recommend it.
What's it on again? Put it on the screen again. What's it called? Sorry.
It is called The Residential Ventilation Handbook
by Paul Hayes. Okay, cool.
2nd edition.
Yesterday I had about a month ago, I had a service call where I had a compressor going off on thermal overload. It was for a beer walk, and condenser fan motor was bad, all that stuff, right? Replaced it. It's been working fine. I was there, with my whole being proactive. I was there doing something else yesterday, working on an ice machine, and I just went around the roof just to go hose everything off because I'm on call. And I find that particular compressor, it's on a beer walk and was not working again. And I'm like, and it was off on thermal overload again. And the customer didn't even know yet. Like I found it before they did. So had them create a work order. I cooled it off, got it started back up. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I'll save exactly what happened for the video, because I am making a video on it. But what I ended up finding was that when you would pump the compressor down, when you'd pump it down, it would internally bypass. So it'd get down to like 20 PSI, and then you could hear the internal bypass going. And then the internal bypass would shoot the hot discharge gas on the thermal overload and cause it to freaking go off on overload.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
then,
you cut it open.
yeah, when I'm done. But nobody has this compressor in California. No, I shouldn't say in Southern California. I had to have it freighted. I'm not going to get it till Monday, basically. I had to have it freighted in. Copeland, no supply houses, anybody. And they called Copeland, and Copeland said 6 to 8 weeks for the compressor.
Damn.
And there's nothing else similar you could put in for that.
I mean,
repipe it a
if
little
I wanted
bit?
to try to convert to Danfoss and different things, I got it working temporarily by taking the cutout pressure on the low pressure control and ramping it way higher than I'm comfortable, because it only starts to bypass at about 22 psi is when it starts to bypass. So I set the cutout at like 30 psi and set the cut in at 40.
It's hot enough that
it would not fly in the wintertime. It would not turn back on. But in the summertime right now, it gets me by, and I'm hoping I make it through the weekend because I have it coming on Monday. So
I want to point this out real quick. Sean S. lost 102 pounds since September 19th of 2022.
Well,
good job.
It's like a fraction of himself.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
You should join our fat person group.
Well, it's not.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'd like to.
Well, yeah. There's more to that, Sean. I don't know how much you wanted to share. He just messaged me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's wait till Sean messages me before you comment on that, because it's a little bit more.
I mean, does he realize he did put that in a public chat just now?
Yeah, but there's more context to it before.
He's saying it wasn't just a weight loss, eating healthy.
It's not just a weight loss thing. So,
did you get your legs amputated? That'll cut some weight off.
So
I
had an interesting one, kind of sort of related to Chris's. Right when I came back, I think it was Monday or whatever. Actually, somebody in my subdivision, their house is around 2,200 square foot ranch house. I don't believe there's a basement. Either way, whatever. He was saying the AC it runs and then it goes off. It runs and then it goes off after like 5 seconds. So the compressor was like, it was going off on overload. So it would only run for legit 5-10 seconds, going off on overload. Then you have to sit there and wait, blah, blah, blah. Right. So I actually sent somebody else out, and he's like, I think there's a restriction. So I look at it, and the saturation on both the high side and low side was crazy. It was like 140 degrees on the high side, and the low side was like 60 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'd say that we probably are a bit overcharged. So I got the reclaim jug or recovery cylinder, whatever you want to call it. And
good idea anyways.
We started pulling some out, right? And you get it to a point where the saturation on the suction side was maybe like 36 degrees, but my superheat was still a bit high. It was like higher than I like to see. The thing is a 4-ton in a 2,200 square foot house. I go in, I look at the filters. You got a 14 by 25, 1-inch pleated filter in there. And the ducts were tiny. And the guy's like, well, what's wrong with it? I'm like, well, it's too big for the house and your ducts are too small for the system. He's like, well, this is like how it's been since we've installed it. I'm like, well, it's never run right since day one, period.
Yeah. Yep. So 2 things. Sean S. did tell me that the weight loss was planned. So that was his thing. But he had messaged me something else that I didn't know if he wanted to make public.
Was he ever comfortable, Adam?
Gotcha,
Chris. Was he ever comfortable in the summer?
I mean, they say it kind of worked. It just started recently turning on and off. You know what I mean? Like we're running on overload. But
do you think someone else went out there and added refrigerant for those symptoms?
Well, the condenser, when I started off there, that was one of the first things that I'm like, dude, we got to start off by cleaning the condenser coil, right? That's like step number 1. But it still was going off. It would maybe run for maybe 5 minutes after the condenser coil got cleaned. What I'm thinking happened is obviously they were having problems with the suction pressure being low. So to overcompensate from that, they just kept dumping refrigerant.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Does. What else are you supposed to do?
Right. So sometimes if you add a little bit, see what happens, see the reaction, sure. But,
screw it. I'm going to go ahead and answer this because I need context to this. So Brett said in my situation, maybe the low pressure cutout is too low for that compressor. And no, the low pressure control, I did look it up. I pulled up the Copeland, whatever you want to call it, compressor document to see what the low pressure cutout settings were, because they have an envelope at which you can have the compressor cut out and cut in. So the max cut in, or the high pressure cutout had to be at 450, no higher. And the low pressure cutout couldn't be any lower than 17 PSI. So this system, the low pressure cutout was set for like 22 PSI. So there's no problem with that for the low pressure cutout. But what I actually found, and whatever it is, spoiler alert, is that the low pressure control was bad. So when I was adjusting it, I tried to adjust it and like it wouldn't cut out. And then the whole control inside of itself was broken physically. So every time this compressor would go into pump down, it would just run and run and run and never shut off. And something internally happened inside the compressor.
You know, is it just that one compressor? That compressor, you can't set it for lower than 17? Because I set all my pressures cut out.
In
like
the Copeland Tech
5.
document on this one, it says don't set it lower than 17 PSI.
5 and 25 is where that's my sweet
depends.
spot.
It depends on the compressor and what it's set up for. So
I mean, up here in the I got to do that for the winter because it gets fucking cold up here. Freaking cold. Watch my language.
Yeah, this one said not to set it any lower than 17 PSI, and it was set to cut out at like 22 PSI.
So what'll happen if, like, let's say this compressor is only rated to be go down as low as 17 PSI? I mean, what does Copeland say will happen if you just run it and run it and run it? Will it just run and eventually go off on internal thermal overload, or will it somehow internally bypass?
Know. That's a good question. Now let's preface this with saying this is a medium temperature compressor too. This isn't a low temp, so it's not meant to run at low conditions. So
it'd probably just go off on thermal overload, working too hard.
I'd like to know what's the difference internally in these compressors that differentiate them between medium temperature, low temperature. Like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? Mechanically inside.
It must have bigger scroll sets, right?
That's what she said.
There's something. I mean, they're specifically made for different things. So
yeah, I mean, the only difference is it's just the nomenclature on the compressor model number. That's the only difference.
Trevor Matthews, we can get a conversation started. You know,
good.
Definitely could.
There's. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but there was a.
Why not?
Yeah, you mean a dead moose?
I feel like we're watching a freaking Bruce Lee movie right now with Joe.
It's a good.
Why?
Every time you talk,
because
you talk
even
and then your
Al
lips move
Anonymous
5 minutes later, bro. Like literally
told me the same thing. You know, I'm gonna try something.
My name is Joe, and then let's see how long it takes his lips to move.
Stop mumbling,
hello,
Joe.
Hello. Oh shoot. Anyways, in the overtime group, somebody posted about a leak detector.
I am a robot. My name is Joe.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Hello.
About a leak detector. Go ahead.
Into which ones you get. And people are saying field piece.
101.
Some people like Gary, what was the guy? Gary Westeroff, very good poster in the group. Knowledgeable guy.
Sorry.
Michael Hausch saying Epicon. So what do you guys
leak
think?
Detectors, like opinions?
Yeah.
I have the Stratus and I have the field piece DR82. To me, they're both really equal. It depends on what you're working in and what your conditions are. I have a friend, my buddy Dave, that just messaged me, and he absolutely hates the Inficon and he's not using it anymore. It's to each their own. Some people like them, some people don't, you know.
I'd like to try those. I have the H10 and I like it, and I'm not going to buy another leak detector until it fails me. So
yeah.
Zach, good point. The compression ratio on low temp is higher than
for sure. That's
for sure
different. DR82, a lot of people are saying not even everything HVAC. Michael might say D3, that's what it was. DR2.
For me, the Stratus and the DR82 are equals because I don't use the cloud hunting function on the Stratus, right? So they're equals, and the DR82 is half the price of the Stratus. So the DR82 is my go-to leak detector, but the Stratus is my backup. I keep it in my bag.
So let's get back to that. The compression ratio is different, right? Okay. So what does that mean? There's tighter tolerances on low temperature equipment?
Well,
no, because they're both in the same ambient temperature. So both those compressors have to take and pump that gas up to, let's say, 100 degrees condensing temperature. So like 200 PSI. Only one of those compressors is designed to take suction pressure at, let's say, 50 PSI, and the other one's designed to take suction pressure at 20 PSI and jack it up to 200 PSI. That's it.
Yeah, but okay, so what does that mean?
Bigger scroll set, spins faster, compresses it more.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of makes sense. Almost like head pistons in a car and in a motor. Like the compression ratio on the pistons make the difference. So the shape of the head, blah blah blah. More compression, less compression. I don't know.
That'd be a good on the right track. Or Don Gillis, or does Trevor Matthews? What's his name? I don't know.
Yeah, Ty will come on here and talk about that too.
Zach Cody said perfect explanation, Bill. Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, Zach.
Nice.
Hey, we still need to have TY Banana Man on here one day because we promised him that we would just give him the floor for a little while.
I think Ty's too good for us. He started his own show.
Damn it.
He did.
He's doing his own live
Did
streams
he?
now.
We didn't get him in time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
bro.
He realized how smart he was, and he finally got
I
smart
mean,
in the social media side and started his own live streams.
but he could definitely use the overtime bump though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, look at all the success that Clive. Look at that wave of success Clive is still riding. Y'all know. Which, by the way, Clive, you're still watching. What's up, buddy? And also, everybody go watch Clive. He'll be on tomorrow. Super awesome guy. Super smart. Just fantastically fun content. It's always a great time. I haven't been in there in a couple of weeks though, but I'm a bad friend, Clive. I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't. I just have that little doohicker with the white ball inside, or wait, red ball, white filter.
So you get an extension
We have
for
to
that?
let
Well,
Jesus.
it's like a little 4-inch wand, and then it's on like a cord, and you got to carry this big backpack around like it's 1945.
So like Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I never was.
We need to let.
They start singing that song when there's something cool. And
Yeah. That'll be funny.
We need to let everybody know, especially Jesus, there's not going to be some big hurrah for the 200th episode. It's just not happening. So
yeah.
we're super busy and life is crazy right now. We're not doing anything fancy. So
spent 2 years working on the last.
It's not happening.
Yeah, really. Like I downloaded all the last 100 episodes and I started going through them. I'm like, dude, I can't. I don't have time. Although this last like 2 weeks, I've only worked like 13 hours. So
you could have done it.
I could have done it. Yeah, I could have, but I did. I already gave up on that idea and moved on.
Everything HVAC saying don't cross streams. What do you mean by that? Like
That's
like when
you don't have
and another
pop
dude are
culture,
peeing next to each
come
other.
on. Joe just doesn't have movie references. It's a Ghostbusters reference, dude.
Gotcha. I was like, what's he talking? Is he talking about somebody else?
So
Also,
when they're
you
using
and
the
another dude are
Ghostbuster guns and they're
Yeah.
shooting them, you never cross the streams because then the power is multiplied and then you could get hurt. And then also when you're standing next to the toilet, like Bill's saying, go ahead, Bill.
although at the end,
Thanks,
the
Chris.
east side, there's one way we can cross the
You
streams.
switch bodies.
But I thought you said never cross the streams.
Cross the streams are bad. You said it's bad.
It's going to end the entire universe.
I just watched the for the second time the Ghostbusters Afterlife. That is such a good
Dude,
reboot.
that is such a good movie.
It is such a good reboot, and I'm excited for the next one that's in production right now. So
What?
Like if
what
they
movie?
make a
Ghostbusters Afterlife is the new Ghostbusters, where it's the third or the fourth one.
I consider it
It's literally the best Ghostbusters sequel ever. Out of you've got
like
Ghostbusters 1 and you
the
have
womanly
Ghostbusters
ones.
Afterlife. Those are the two best Ghostbusters.
I like 1, 2, and then Afterlife. All the
Yeah.
womanly ones. I mean, no offense, girls.
I didn't even consider. That's right. I forgot about the woman one.
See, but
now.
the Ghostbusters, they all made cameos as slightly different characters in that movie, though, which was weird. That's why I don't really consider it like a Ghostbusters movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
Yeah, was Harold Ramis in the chick one, or did he already pass away?
Yeah, I don't
Because
think he was in that one.
they had him in with like CGI in Ghostbusters Afterlife. So
Which
because
was
he had already
amazing.
died.
It's kind of like Prince on stage.
Yeah.
Kind of like Paul Walker.
Hey, what do you guys think of the new Beetlejuice reboot?
Dude, I was just gonna bring that up. Beetlejuice 2 coming to town.
That looks
I mean,
awesome.
not to my town.
I
but-
mean, I'm stoked to watch it. I'm gonna go and watch Beetlejuice with my kids. The first one.
dude, I tried watching that with my whole family, and they were just like, "This is so dumb." I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like,
Yeah.
I love everything
I
Tim
used to
Burton
watch
has
it
ever
all the
done.
time.
I want to say it's being filmed somewhere near Jennifer's neck of the woods. She should go down there and hang out.
See, all I know is it's being filmed in the same exact place the original one was being filmed, and they're recreating the entire town.
And the new Beetlejuice, if I remember right, it has everybody you want to be in it is going to be in it too, right?
Jenna Ortega is the daughter of what's her?
But then
character's name?
Michael Keaton's going to be back, right?
Yep, as
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even consider it Beetlejuice without Michael Keaton.
That one chick in it,
The chick that steals crap. What's her name?
Come and me wanna go home. No,
Yeah. What's the chick? She's a kleptomaniac. She steals everything.
Winona Ryder.
There you go, Winona Ryder.
What about her mom? Is she gonna be in it?
I have no idea.
6 foot, 7 foot. Hey, look at that.
Yep.
You know what, Bill? I had one of those action figures that had like swords that go through it.
Yeah. See, this
You
one
know what?
was
Mike B, you make a good point. Right now,
Cool, Bill.
there are no good real movies right now. It's really hard to get an original movie, and everybody's making sequels. But I will say, honestly, if you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, it is probably one of the better sequels I've seen in a
100%.
very long
wow.
time. Like, it was very engaging. It was awesome. Great storyline. It wasn't like they were just trying to milk it for money. Like, it genuinely was a
Was
good
there
movie.
any original characters?
All of
They
them.
made cameos. Yeah, they made cameos in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
But it was,
Harold Ramis,
I don't want to
obviously,
spoil
but-
it for everybody, but they based it off of Harold Ramis. Like, it was the whole movie was about Harold Ramis's character.
And I think they did a really good job of tying in that story to like how, we could have seen the Ghostbusters come to an end, like,
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was manufactured. It was like, that makes sense. That could actually have happened. That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't understand this Oppenheimer thing. Are you getting thunderstorm warnings? You gonna have a tornado at your house?
Something.
Well,
Tornado.
Adam's gonna fly away. I just want to say something. Herman, good to see you in chat. And I seen you're expanding your garage again. I'm here thinking Herman's gonna slow down. And
That's
he's
what I thought too. That's a good point,
right.
Joe.
Yeah, and he's expanding his business. And
Not only is the dude out running service calls, he's digging up a foundation, building a new thing for himself, teaching a bunch of kids.
It's telling me I should go in the basement right now.
Nah, you don't need to.
Please stay online. We want to see you fly away.
And if you're in a
Good
mobile
content.
home, that you need to hide in a closet.
What's that gonna do?
Well, it's
Are you
easier.
Fly
serious?
away with the whole mobile home?
No, because this way the first
Oh,
responders will know where to look when they dig you out of the.
At least go into the crawl space
crumble.
under your mobile home and just lay there on the dirt. That's
No, I didn't
safer
want to-
there than in a closet.
Randy, if you're watching this and there's a tornado coming, go lay down in a ditch. You'll be safer.
Hide in your jumper duct.
Yeah, if you have a desk from 1947, hide under that. Those are tornado proof.
Solid wood.
Solid wood, bro.
So if I die, you guys all get to witness it. We're gonna get some views on this.
That's content right
Yeah,
there.
we got
Your
buddy.
like
wife's gonna
17
come in
extra
banging on the
views.
door in a minute, and you're like,
Yeah.
"It's okay." She's like, "A twister's
Overtime.
coming."
No,
Overtime.
like your old lady's gonna be pounding on the door, and you open the door right as the tornado sucks that whole side of the house away, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And you're just holding the doorknob.
Yeah.
Oh
that-
shit! I hope she had her will filled out.
There was who said it? Interstellar, the movie. Did you guys ever see that? It's a freaking awesome movie.
I've heard about it.
You should watch it. Highly recommend it. It is one of the best.
Who's the
movies.
director of that? Oh yeah, just
No idea.
I can't think of it now.
It's Frozen. I could look
Yeah,
it up.
Well-known director, but
Well, I think it's time
yeah.
that we wrap it, anyways. I'm hungry.
Oh, now
Yeah.
the siren's going off.
Are you
Really?
serious?
Yeah, I'm dead.
All right. All right, we'll let you go. Adam's gonna. Adam will maybe be here next week, so hey, you might
Maybe,
get a chance to
yes.
redo the ductwork again, Adam. So
yeah, again, it'll be much easier since you won't have a floor above it.
Let me
Those sick word it.
73 million in the box office for Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey.
yeah, that was a
What?
good movie, actually,
Yeah, it's
So-
a good movie. I would watch it. Watch it tonight, actually.
for sure. My daughter's super stoked to watch that Oppenheimer and the Barbie movie this weekend. So I have no interest in seeing the Barbie movie, but
That's 100% no on that.
We will replace him Tuesday. Okay.
Did
Yep.
you check his shirt, Bill?
I don't know nothing about no shirts.
he probably ordered one, and he knows that you have to approve them before they get shipped out from your website.
I guess if he ordered it in the last 17 minutes.
Yeah.
We will take a look there, buddy. Good to
All right,
see
well,
you
let's
guys
wrap
out here.
it.
Yeah.
I'll contact the shipping department.
Hurry, go in the
See
attic. Yeah. Bring your
See
wings.
what's going on there.
Bring your blower door with you. Put it on your back, and you can fly away with like a little
Yeah,
impeller. on your
there you
back.
go. Oh,
There you
That's
go,
out.
Adam. Go for it. Go see that air.
I use my little Milwaukee adapter and get one of those.
Yeah.
Little
You don't
this
even
is-
have to plug the blower door into the wall.
You
Just
need
get
to
your
get
manometers out, and you're measuring things with the blower doors. Just freaking
exactly
pressurizing
get
the house.
get Steve Rogers on a Zoom, Chris Hughes on a Zoom thing. All right, guys, we got a tornado how it performs
I
under a
think the
blower door
tornado's
test
hitting Bill's
with the
house right now.
tornado outside.
Yeah, he's kind of glitching a bit.
Son of a bitch.
All right, well let's cue up the outro.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have an outro. That's supposed to be Bill queuing. We got to cue Bill up.
Okay,
We don't
Bill.
have an outro. What happened to our outro?
Go
Well,
for it.
it's in your head. You got to read it from
Hold
your
on.
script, your internal
Yeah.
dialogue. No, not
I-
that
I-
internal dialogue, Bill. Please
Wait,
don't
what?
read that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Read my
please don't.
diary. All right, guys. Well, anyway, let's round this thing back around and introduce a little bit of professionalism at the end of the show. Thanks for watching, guys. Quick little shout out to with our good buddy Ryan Hughes and
You're fucking freezing every 2 seconds, dude. Adam's got tornado sirens going off at his house.
this is horse shit.
Oh,
Every time you mention somebody's name, it mutes out,
Give
which
up.
is awesome.
I give up.
right.
So we'll go with all you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Adam's in trouble.
She just told me everyone's in the basement, and
You're still up here with the overtime crew. Nice.
The show must go on. Tell her that.
Yeah, the show must go on.
this is like the Titanic. I'm going down with the ship.
Tell her the show must go on.
Hey, bring up that woman guide again. She's not supposed to be telling you problems and stuff.
Oh my god.
He knows better than that.
Oh, dude,
snap.
that's awesome.
All right. Well,
Anyways,
Adam,
guys,
don't
thanks for
die.
coming. You guys are awesome.
So,
Thanks for watching. Go join our Facebook group. Go check out our website. HVAC Misfits coming tomorrow. Big Clive's on tomorrow. The Grapevine Boys are going to be on Sunday.
Hey, I'm going to be on Misfits next week.
Next week?
Next
yeah,
week.
Mr. Pat Finley's on tomorrow with the Misfits. Chris is on next week. That's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Adam will be in the land of Oz this time tomorrow.
Adam might make it to my house to help me with my project.
Yeah, there you go.
Ruby slippers.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, on
Well,
that note,
catch you later.
Later,
Thank you
boys.
very much.
Stay grounded.
Literally.